So this was me in 2008 when my first daughter, Brooklyn, was born 12 years ago. I was 340 pounds. I had a lot of health issues. My dad died young, and I was right on my way there. So I lost 120 pounds in 9 months. I got obsessed with marathon running. I went on the Rachel Wraith show. Everyone thought I was happy, but I wasn't. There was something else inside of me, and it wasn't until I met my wife, Carrie, until I figured out what the root of my problem was. So she's down here. She's the kindest person I've ever met. She helped me discover that anxiety and depression was the root of my issue. And we found this book called The Depression Cure that talked about how I could manage this beast that had run my life, basically, with some basic stuff. Water, get plenty of exercise, social activity, be mindful, just basic stuff I'd heard my entire life. And we really dedicated our lives to trying this out. So we started buying some stuff from the grocery store, and it was expensive, so this is what happened. I get obsessive, and our backyard basically turned into a garden, and I got obsessed with gardening. I'm autistic. If I get obsessed about something, you better look out, because that's all I'm going to talk about for the next year. And that basically happened with gardening from the day we started. So we were having a lot of success out of our garden. We were growing a lot of food. My panic attacks were gone, and we were feeling so energized and so excited. I was learning all I could about gardening. I went through a master gardener course. I was watching YouTube all day, all night of videos. I was learning how to build all this kind of stuff. And really, we were in this space where it was about the time of the election in 2016, and we wanted to do something to be something of positivity on the internet, at a place where you could go to see positive stuff. So we started a random YouTube channel where I was just out in the garden making videos, like, hey, here's my tomato, just doing random stuff. And it kind of blew up on us. And at that time, we had a bunch of spreadsheets and stuff that we were keeping track of with our garden, because I'm, again, obsessive. And a lot of people were asking, like, when do I plant this where I live? And it was getting, like, a lot of tedious work. So we were like, let's build an app, because I've grown up around apps my whole life. It's all I think about are apps, and I worked in software, but I didn't know how to code. So I learned how to code. I got some friends to join me, and we started building this app. It's called From Seed to Spoon, and it makes growing food easy. It calculates planting dates based on where you live. It gives you all the information about how to grow companion plants, pests, everything you need to know about how to grow food. All the books we had consolidated down into one app. And we released this app in 2008, and I want to mention one other thing we added was our growing for health, because this is an important thing. You'll see the next slide. There's a feature in the app that lets you filter the plants list based on what health conditions the plants help with. So mental health, you can see what plants help with that, and that's why we started growing. So like I said, we released this app in 2008. We're up to about 500,000 downloads now. If you look for us in the App Store, we'll be one of the top results for gardening. And we didn't anticipate any of that. So with that came the idea of, well, let's maybe try and make a business out of this. So we were very fortunate to get paired with the Oklahoma City Thunder Launchpad, which helps launch businesses out of Oklahoma City. We got to go through a mentorship program. We got to go present the Thunder Arena. What we came out of that with was the idea that we needed to do a couple things. We needed to monetize our app with paid features. So we built a Garden Plus feature that lets you log your plants, and it tells you when stuff is going to sprout and all that kind of stuff. We launched a store where we're shipping stuff out of our store right now with our 4 kids. It's chaos, but that's our life. And that's really where we were leading into when COVID started. And COVID was a bit of a reset for us. So when COVID started, we literally packed up our farm, our garden, moved out to 5 acres, and launched our dream of starting a 5-acre sustainable teaching farm that any school in Oklahoma could come out to. That's really the goal of what we want to do with our app, is to be able to fund that. So we started that. COVID, we weren't going to wait anymore. My panic attacks started to come back because I was coding too much, so I put it down and started hanging out with all these pigs and goats, and that's what I do a lot of the time. We make Instagram reels of funny goat videos, and I just got lost in that, and I try to reconnect back with nature, and this is our yard now. The great thing about these animals is they're building gardens for us, so the chickens and the sheep clear it down to grass, the chickens and the pigs come in, get rid of the rest, boom, we got a garden. It's a great system, and that's the model that we want to teach, that we want to show, that we want to be the model of in Oklahoma City, because the kids are the future. And when they are exposed to these ideas and they're around it, it changes their lives. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen what my kids go through when they experience death and life and everything in life, all the important stuff. So really, I want to end this with my favorite Yvette Brothers lyric, which is decide what to be and go be it, because all of this started with a dream. And we had no idea where it would go, and now, here we are. So if you have a dream or a way that you think you can make things better, go do it. Don't wait. So I'm glad I didn't. Thank you, everyone.